Hello, Tim from Fairplay Now on the 9th of September 2021. It's been a crazy few years, hasn't it, for about the last 5, maybe 10 years. Just people on two different sides of a particular argument getting more and more crazed about each other. I don't care whether you're talking about leftist politics versus rightist politics, the Brexit, Remain divide, and so many other things that have gone through society in the last few years. Perhaps sort of the whole Trump versus Biden thing, that people on either side of the argument just thinking the other side is insane, evil, horrible, disgusting people, just for having the views that they happen to hold. And it's all completely ridiculous, isn't it? Because we're all entitled to our views and we're all entitled to differ from each other. And just because someone holds the opposite point of view to you, that is no reason to be calling them sort of evil or disgusting or whatever else. And there isn't many exceptions to that, but there are exceptions. One of them, of course, is if you're talking about an avid supporter of the regime that ruled Germany and the rest of Europe pretty much 80 years ago. If you were sort of happy with those people and their policies and a firm believer in them, I think you could be rightly described as at least extremely deluded and probably evil and disgusting. And I think there is a parallel to that today. All over the world, we are seeing people being hounded out of their jobs, refused entry into shops, refused entry into kind of large public events and sporting arenas. Even people now in certain parts of the world getting denied medical treatment, and certainly people losing jobs, losing careers, all because they have looked into a particular thing and decided that it wasn't for them. A particular popular treatment, they've decided, no thank you, it's not for me. I've looked at this carefully. It's not like I've just dismissed it out of hand, totally kind of without even a thought, just because I'm a really selfish person. I've looked into this and it's my firm belief that there's no real benefit to this thing either to myself or to others around me, and I think there's dangers, and I just don't think it's a wise policy to put something that is not tried and tested into my body, at least until it has been tried, tested and proven. And many of these people include university professors, so and all sorts of other learned people like that. So if you are one of these people who support this type of coercion, you think it's a great idea that people who just do not want this intervention put into their bodies, that they should be forced to have it, they should be coerced to have it. I think it is justifiable to say that at best you're deluded, or just bought into the sort of brainwashing narrative, and at worst, you are an evil person. And I'm not going to mince my words because there's too much at stake, and quite honestly I'm angry, particularly as I've just watched a video just now, and this was sent to me by a viewer to my channel, so thank you for sending it to me. and it shows a lady, probably about, I don't know, probably about 40 years old, who has been a university or a teacher and a university professor teaching ethics for 20 years. And I think she said she works at the biggest, or one of the biggest anyway, universities in Canada. And she was on video saying that she's been given an ultimatum very recently that unless she has this medical intervention, that she will lose her job despite 20 years of sterling service. And kind of right at the end of the video, which actually gets quite emotional, to be honest with you, but right at the end it says that indeed just a couple of days ago, on the 7th, she did lose her job. So a really, really superb, upstanding person, very learned person, has been hounded out of her job by this utter evil. And until this evil stops, I'm going to keep being angry at this, and I'm going to keep putting out videos like this, calling people who are instigating this and supporting this. I'm going to be calling you out as evil, and you'll know better than those people who were around 80 years ago that I kind of talked about earlier on in this video. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll put a link to the video that I was talking about this Canadian university professor. It's not very long, it's only about 5 minutes long, but once you see it, I think you can probably understand why I am sort of angry, where I'm coming from, and why this whole evil agenda just needs to be nipped in the bud, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later. The people instigating this need to be they need to be come down upon with a ton of bricks, and just shown that what they're doing is not tolerable, it's not right, it's not decent, and they should be punished with hopefully very, very long prison sentences. And people like this poor lady should be not only have her job sort of given back to her, but she should be richly compensated for her for the horrible treatment that she's received. So link to the video in the description box and the comment section below, because it is on YouTube. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.